Today I'm going to run you over everything I personally wish I knew before I come to do a long-term stay in Thailand. This video will cover visa information, it'll cover budget information, it'll cover how you can find accommodation, it'll cover health and vaccine information, it'll cover banking information, and it'll tell you how you can set up a Thai phone number once you've arrived. Let's get into it. So let's start with visa and visa extensions. Once you've arrived in Thailand, as a British passport holder, Australian, American, German, French, you are already exempt to 30 days here on a tourist visa. So you don't need to apply before you come here, you already have 30 days free. And if you're looking to extend your visa for a further 30 days, what you can do is 2 weeks before your 30-day exemption runs out, go down to your nearest immigration office. They're all over Thailand. They'll have all the paperwork there, like the TM7, the form of agreement to not overstay the visa, the photocopying facilities for your passport photos you'll need. Everything that you need will be at the immigration office, so don't worry about getting all this stuff ready before you go to the immigration office. All you need to take there is your passport with at least 6 months validity and 1,900 Thai baht, and that'll get you a 30-day extension in Thailand. If you're looking to stay more than 2 months, what you can do is what I've just recently done, is a border run. So this consists of, they take you on a bus trip down to the border, they give you all the paperwork needed, you go to the border, get your passport stamped, and then you head back to Thailand. It is that simple. Booking through a company which is local to you, which is a visa run company. They're often on Facebook, you can find them online as well. You book through the website, get in contact with them, message them, they'll provide all the information you need. And once your 60 days is about to run out, you can head down to your local border, whether it's Malaysia, Cambodia, Laos, so on and so forth. That'll get you an extra 30 days exemption, and again, you can extend that 30 days extension for another 30 days. So that's a 4-month period you can stay in Thailand. Right, so this section is on budget information. The one thing to keep in mind, there are more expensive and less expensive places in Thailand. So the less expensive are places like Chiang Mai, Bangkok, Krabi, Pattaya, Koh Tao, and so on and so forth. The more expensive places are the ones like Phuket, Koh Samui. The really high tourist areas are the more expensive, as you'd expect. But regardless of there being more expensive places to stay in Thailand, if you do it correctly, even the more expensive places like Koh Samui, Phuket, and so on, you can do them on a budget. In terms of accommodation, so hostels here, what you can do, like I've done, is book a private room in a hostel. Hostels are not as bad as they are in the West over here. They're just cheaper, hotel-esque type places. I've got a private room here, it's costing me £200 a month. But on average, what you can expect on finding a private room in a hostel here is around £100 to £300 per month. It just completely depends, but still it is not bad. If you're willing to share rooms with other people, again, it can be even cheaper than £100 a month. It's very cost efficient over here in Thailand. If you're gonna prefer a higher end stay in somewhere like a cabin or a villa, something like that, expect to pay around £450 upwards. So that's $500 and upwards. It is not as cheap, but still extremely cheap compared to the West. And what you get for your money is often absolutely amazing. So on to the food over here in Thailand. What you should expect when it comes to the food, if you go into the market, eating in the local Thai places, you can expect to pay anywhere from 40 baht to 100 baht for a meal. So that's 70 pence, all the way up to £1.50, $2. Extremely cheap. And the food is always amazing. Keep in mind though, if you go into the tourist higher end restaurants, they can be a bit more expensive, but still for a high end restaurant meal, you're looking anywhere from £7 all the way up to £20. It can go up if you're getting the nice steaks and so on and so forth, but overall, food is extremely cheap here and it's very nice. You can live on a good budget. On to transport. The most efficient form of transport in Thailand is motorbike, and you can rent yourself a nice little Honda Click 125 for about £80 a month, so it's really not that bad. Back home you're looking at anywhere £200 onwards. Crazy price. So 80 quid a month is not too bad. Just be careful on the bikes, please. Number 2, it can be a bit more expensive, but still not too bad compared to home, is getting taxi. I'd use apps such as Grab, InDrive, so on and so forth. Per 2 kilometers, these taxis can cost around £2.50. If you want to rent a car, it's very difficult to drive a car over here, but if you want to, these can cost anywhere from 150 to 300, 500 pound per month. So a little bit more expensive, but if you like the comfort of a car, it may be worth it in your case. Finding accommodation, a major part of coming over to Thailand. This is something I wish I knew before coming here. Make sure, if you're coming for a long-term stay, book 1 week in where you're planning to travel to, because you may find that you don't actually like that area. That's what happened to me, and I ended up booking a place for a week and leaving the next day to come to Koh Samui. So what you want to do, yeah, like I said, book 1 week. If that's not the desired area you want to stay in, look around, find what would be a better option for you. And once you've found your desired location of stay, you want to go onto Google Maps. This is the most effective way of finding a long-term stay over in Thailand, or even a short-term. You get the most options and the best prices on here. So you want to go onto Google Maps and say you want to stay in a hostel. So let's key in hostel to Google Maps when you're on your desired area. So for me, this was Koh Samui. So what I'm going to do is search hostel and just take a look at the variety you will get by doing this. Thousands of options just on this island. You can do the same with villas, get onto your desired location and search villa. You can do the same with hotels, condos. Condos is a very regular used term for housing over here. So search that up, you'll find a massive variety, and this is the most effective way to find where you want to stay. But let's cover health and vaccine information. In terms of vaccines, you hear it all over the internet. Google will scare the hell out of you if you listen to it too much. In terms of vaccines, I personally did not get any and still have not had any in terms of malaria, rabies, hepatitis A vaccine, hepatitis B vaccine. I haven't had any. And a lot of the people I have met over here haven't had it either. It isn't much of a concern. Malaria, it is so rare that you will get malaria here. It's not even a thought. You never hear of it. So I wouldn't worry too much. You can do it if you are worried about it. With the rabies vaccine, again, you can do it if you want to. There are a lot of rabid dogs, but they don't really bother you too much. And the thing is with the rabies vaccine, if you do end up getting bit, you can go to a hospital after it, get that rabies vaccine after you've been bit, and it has the exact same effect as it would having it before. Moving on to hepatitis A and hepatitis B vaccines. If you're coming over here to have a bit of fun with the ladies, ladyboys, whatever you are into, by all means, again, get it, because you don't want to end up with a sexual disease. But if you're not coming over here to have fun, you don't need to get it, and if you're sensible, then you will be okay, I promise you. The main thing to be concerned about with health is those motorbikes. If you're getting a motorbike over here, wear a helmet. It is not worth dying over not wearing a helmet. And just be careful overall on the roads. The roads do not function like they do in the West. They don't listen to red lights, especially in Koh Samui. This place is crazy with the roads. So just be careful on motorbikes is all I ask you. It's a serious concern over in Thailand. When it comes to banking, if you're coming over for a bit of traveling, long-term stays, the only credit card, debit card I can recommend for traveling is Revolut. Revolut is awesome. I'm not sponsored, I wish I was, but Revolut is awesome. You get 3 months of health insurance, that's £10 million of global coverage around the world. You get free cash withdrawals up to £800 per month. This is on the metal plan, by the way. You can also go ultra, and that's unlimited cash withdrawals. You can exchange any type of money and any amount of money on this card. If you want to change GBP to Thai baht, then you can do that on the app. If you want to change US dollar to Thai baht, you get the gist of it. Exchange any money anywhere. You also get a bunch more of insurance benefits while you're abroad. Dental cover, so on and so forth. And last but not least, setting up a Thai phone number. It's really easy. There's a couple apps over here you can get True 5G or AIS, which is the one I'm on. AIS is supposedly the best mobile app. It's done well for me and it's super easy to set up. You can just go to any AIS True 5G shop over here in Thailand, get your SIM, put it in your phone, and it's as simple as that. You don't need to panic about this. It's very easy, and I appreciate your viewing. I'll see you over here soon, hopefully.